All right. Welcome. Here, I'm just going to do that because I actually don't know who that person is, but I got to go back and blur out something because I think I doxed one of my kids' friends in this series. But I'll say it again. If you're going to be messed up and try to stalk somebody that my family's associated with, they're not going to forgive you. Militations, the feds, like, it's nothing but a thing to have some, hey, yeah, somebody is and watching your games and all this, and oh, there's going on. They don't actually tell me that, but all I got to do is say something. So that's the Voldemort word. Now, 11, they're gonna be like, oh God, he's gonna. No, I don't think they do that anymore. But they're gonna take a look, and if they're not taking a look about the other things, they're gonna be soon. So. I don't have a name for these funny operations is starting. One of the things that I've been working on is Make It Right. Now, Make It Right is a very confrontational but non-violent way of problem solving when people have ripped other people off or taken shortcuts. Now, this happens a lot in the black market, unfortunately, because the main reason is because the government tries to take all the money first. Like, whenever they arrest somebody for drugs, they put them in jail, they put them on probation, they put them in rehab, they put them in classes, they put them on UAs and BAs, substance, all just get a, and most of them have ADHD, like, they would be like meth for all. So if you have health insurance, you can get drugs and basically be same coke and meth you were doing. But so that's the fun thing about that. I'm just nothing fun about basically our stuff provides like that. That's what our country has become, what the farce of the war on drugs has become. And now cannabis is a medicine, so that's beautiful. Like, that's going to stop most crime because most people just want weed and shrooms. Like, that's it. Literally, that's it. Maybe a little coke and ecstasy, like, in their lifetime, but not, like, on the regular unless you're a wealthy playboy like a lot of the people that Trump hangs out with. So, really, we're protecting a bunch of wealthy playboys and playgals. Like, not really. It's most extremely sexist, let's be honest. But there are still some ladies that are out there doing so. Not Nicki Minaj, what was it? Cardi B was like, I think she was allegedly like drugging and stealing from guys, which I don't know how that. Like, I'm not at war with this guy that was drugging women back in college. Like, and I say war like it's a Cold War, but it's still a war. I mean, just because he thinks that I, stopped worrying about it. And this was over 20 years ago, mind you. This was 25 years ago, I think. 2009, actually, so 26 now. I'm never going to forget sexual assault. Ever. Like, that's just a fool's errand to think that I would ever, like, be cool, man. I would mistake, man. No, the dude drugged and raped people. Like, that's not a mistake. That is conscious effort to get whatever you can get away with, and people just because you're a spoiled brat. And this kid was like, he was spoiled. His like an oil company down in Colorado, like a drilling company, and if he knew what his son was up to, well, that was the interesting thing. I never met his dad. I only met like their family assistant that like it was like his handler. So there might be some like sob story or something. Guess what? The women that guy raped have sob stories now too. They're never going to feel safe again until without extent, maybe even some rehabilitation. They're probably going to have substance issues. They're going to have some illness. That guy doesn't care. That prick doesn't care. So, yeah. Started the day off with great accountability. I can be your accountability buddy. I don't remember what that's from. I think that's actually more like Family Guy or something. But, yeah. Like, the meek are inheriting the earth, and it is so easy to just paint all... Oh, there's a bunch of... Oh, well. Oh, God! Just waking up the people in the area. Getting them ready for a fight. But anyways, I'm getting ready for work, and just woke up, and already there's a bunch of stuff like a Homeland Security post saying, "Don't day of retribution is nigh," like all this and that, and like basically for Minnesota, and like there's all these people like, like arguing back and like, you're ridiculous, this isn't what God would want. And the way that I see it, and I'm not even really like that much of a practicing Christian anymore. I take the values and the good stuff, but there's so much judgment and stupid stuff in there that I suspect it was slipped in by weak people, mostly weak men, that wanted to keep their greed and their pride and their envy and all of their seven deadly sins going, which Donald, I'm sorry, is guilty of every sin in the book, every last one. He is not innocent by any means of any of them now. Like, I think he is guilty of murder and wrath through the BBB. The BBB, or the Big Beautiful Bill, is estimated to cause 51,000 additional preventable deaths every year. I'll say that again a little slower. 51,000 are estimated to die because of the BB alone. Now, we already have about 26,000, I think it is, preventable deaths caused every year by lack of healthcare. And that's not just lack of affordable healthcare, that's also lack of understanding of healthcare. So people, and I actually know some people like this, would rather just ignore it and hope for the best than actually tackle getting health insurance and going and seeing a doctor. Well, guess I gotta get some more health. He was hiding. So anyways, so there's that. I mean, and Jesus is a frequent guest on South Park, and I love South Park for that, because Jesus is constantly portrayed as a guy like, what the hell, dude? Like, this is not what my dad talked about at all. Like, what are you doing? And please don't put my name on this. Like, what I feel like the real Jesus would say if the Jesus ever came back. And I don't believe Jesus was God per se, but I believe Jesus was some autistic or ADHD back in the day, hanging out with prostitutes and murderers and stuff, and just being like, so why did you do that? And like, honestly, genuinely being concerned about these behaviors and wanting to help them change and help them change themselves. Like, let's not forget the Jesus and the fish analogy. Like, if you give a person a fish, they will eat for a day. Well, I mean, that must be a pretty big fish, but if you teach a person to fish and teach a human, see, that's the thing, is like, we keep saying teach a man and do this man, and so we assume that a man, I was reading something the other day that a lot of the hunting was actually done by women back in the day. So the hunters and gatherers societies, like, women partook in the hunts just as much as men. So it's like, or sometimes even more in some societies and circles. It's like, human, any human. When we hear man, we just need to assume human, because really, everyone's capable. Now, granted, like, men on average are better at war and fighting and stupid stuff like that. Maybe women on average are better at thinking things out logically and avoiding war. And so I like that idea better. I mean, a lot of people, men and women, mostly men, but a lot of women and children, actually, never mind, I should say the civilians and the other people on the receiving end of all the brutality of war, and why we have global hunger anyway, or hunger anywhere in the world, is almost always connected to violence, physical violence. Now, what happens? America either sells bombs to some country, or we blow up the country ourselves. And then we say, oh, but we, ISIS, or we had to get rid of, this person or that person. And we're just sending drone strikes, and all presidents are guilty of it. Obama's probably one of the worst ones, actually. And I like Obama. I voted for Obama. But then, I got a book on the drone strikes that Obama did. It's not good. Like, if there's a God, he's in hell. Like, he is straight to hell. I tell you what. I mean, he's killed so many people, ordered people dead. And see, that's the thing, is like, people think that there's some kind of auto magic wand that saves you from killing somebody if you don't do it yourself, if you just order the hit. Now, right, even as I say that, if I was to order a hit on somebody, I would be charged with premeditated murder, because they don't see a difference in that. Now, so what's the difference with directing a military to order hits on people? Like, and you are just executing somebody. You are not going in there with peace soldiers with guns just in case things go bad. You are sending a bomb-dropping robot to drop a bomb on someone and kill them. That's murder. That's execution. Like, and same with what Donald's doing. Donald is murdering people abroad, and he's planning on spending $500 billion more on the military. Oh yeah, we don't have money for food or health insurance, but let's go ahead and increase our military budget by 50%. You know, you want to talk about Democrats spending too much? What the hell? Like, what the actual hell? I mean, so what I did when I woke up today is, you know, this crazy unhinged post from Homeland Security talking about retribution and other stuff. So I'm just going at it. You want to, you know, see internet trolls? I'm an internet anti-troll. Actually, no, I'm a troll myself. Don't feed the trolls. Yes, feed the trolls. I'm just kidding. But convert the trolls to be angry at the same thing you are. It's actually pretty easy. All you got to do is just put in some scripture, use some of what that Bible says that Trump to people, and people don't read it. That's a lot of reading, and I don't blame them. The Bible is boring as hell, like, and there's so much nonsense in there. But the main things that Jesus said, if you're going to do any takeaways, is don't hurt people. Do unto others as you would want done unto you. That's it. That's the golden rule. I actually amended it a little bit. I say the golden trio. So do unto others as you would want done unto you and expect nothing in return. Because that last part is actually why there's still a lot of problems, is because a lot of problems is because people feel put off by people not treating them nice back. They're like, well, did something. Why aren't they doing something nice to me? Like, I want a back rub or something. Like, well, and that's the thing. And, you know, not to mock it because I've done it too. Everybody does it. And I guess I'm mocking myself whenever I act dumb. I don't know if I want to fight the boss, but I want a car. Maybe. Hey, Tally, I want a high five. What's up, man? Wait, emote. Yeah. Oh, okay. I could fight him. Then I become him. Yeah, let's do it. Ow! No, someone came up and third-partied me. All right, actually, I gotta grab my coffee real quick, and then I'm gonna finish this episode. All right, and the funny part is I'm concealing all these plans in plain sight. But it's hidden by people that play video games. Like, the people that play video games will see these messages first and be like, oh, okay, I see what A-Rye's doing. Meanwhile, the other people only see what what they see of what I'm doing. And they're probably like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. Yeah, we got drones, 4,000 people, well, 3,797, but we round up in here. No, I'm just kidding. That's almost 4,000 people. That's over 350, 100. Oh, only 324 civilians? That's actually a pretty good ratio. I mean, still, that's 324 people that should not have died. Let's not get it twisted. Those people, all they were doing was just trying to exist on this, live their best life, and then all of a sudden here comes a drone. Boom! You dead. That's it. The decision was made for you to no longer be on this earth. You no longer have your corporal body. You no longer have potential. You are now robbed of this earth, and this earth is robbed of anything that you would have contributed to it. That's the facts right there. So, hang 10. And what I learned from Jesus was he doesn't want you to kill. It's pretty straightforward. Don't make anybody die. Like that's it. Like, and I got into this big long argument with this Black Ops guy, which I have a lot of respect for, and I didn't really want him personally, thinking that he was going to hell. I was wanting him to realize that the one giving the orders doesn't matter if you're wearing a swastika or an American eagle. If you kill a person, you murdered somebody. Like, that's just facts. And so, like, that person's family doesn't care. Like, oh, well, it was for freedom. Oh, I'm glad, like, some country I've never been to, will never go to, has more freedom now. Or they have more oil. But now I have a son, a daughter, a wife, a husband, a brother, a sister, or whoever died. And now I get to live with that. Oh, but, oh, America's doing pretty great. What are they doing now? Oh, they're rounding up all the brown people and kicking them out of their own country. Nice, nice. And I know that's not completely fair. Like, there are a lot of brown citizens and people that did it the legal way. However, a lot of the asylum seekers were told by the previous administration that they could wait in the country while they process their asylum claims. Now, and then there's even more of that. And that's what I think I need to do a tech stream tonight, because I need to document a bunch of this stuff and kind of organize some things. But basically, I'm not going to let up. I'm just going to continue to just talk with Grok and just expose this current administration for the anti-Christian, anti-Christ behavior that they're exhibiting. And it is anti-Christ. Jesus, there's no gun here. There's a grenade. Buddy. Did I just kill him? Nice. I just was messing to go fight him. Alright. Doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop. Oh, those are both shotties. Yeah, I don't even know which one I like better out of those two. They're both about the same. Oh, what was this guy carrying around? Yeah, that's what's up, Tally. Oh, he would have killed me if I gave him the chance. And I saw a bunch of things on a rock in this area. I feel like it was like one of those rocks. Here's some more. So basically, my whole thing is like, they are committing sin. Like, they're trying to claim that they're religious, they're righteous, they're Christian, they're blah, 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 and they're breaking the rules. Like, there's some very strict but serious, but simple rules. Don't kill people. Don't steal. Don't try to go after someone else's wife. What else is there? Don't be greedy. Don't be envious. You know, like, accept that other people might have more than you. And see, and that one I feel like is a little more like, I feel like that one's an inserted one. Like, you know, you're feeling envy. That's a sin. It's like, no, I'm just realizing how much I'm not enjoying the American dream and how much you are, and what gives. Why do you deserve that much more of the American dream than me? Like, you know, for all God's children, God doesn't want one child to be poor, decrepit, and, you know, cast off to the side. And a lot of it is alcohol. Like, let's be real. And that's one of the biggest industries in this country. And it needs to go. Like, I mean, yes, people can... Oh, gosh, I almost fell down that hole. People can enjoy a drink responsibly, but the fact of the matter is most people cannot, because their lives suck. And they're often not drinking to go out and have, like, a good time, like, you know, a nice couple of beers and call it an evening, like a lot of people do. No, they're out... I'm just kidding. That's a lot of people. Most people drink because they're like, their boyfriend or girlfriend just left them, or they lost someone in their family, or their house just got blown up because Obama was on one, like, you know, something like that. And just like... If he ever watches these, he's like, what the hell? I don't even know this guy. Like, well, I know you. So it doesn't matter. Always on time for your own funeral. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Oh, it's the golden one. No wonder. But even if it wasn't, like, I like this type of gun because it's just like it pokes from so far and it's very accurate. But patrol is all I know. Where are you at? Stop! Jesus! Yeah, okay. I couldn't build. I hate this build. I gotta turn it off. Oh wait, I only got like 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do another quick one. Because this is what's going on. So yeah, I've got a big full day of work today. I'm going into the office, but I'm looking forward to meetings, no scheduled things. And as long as nobody asks me to just go down a rabbit hole and investigate some random nonsense like two people did on Monday. I know, was that last week? Yeah, yesterday was Monday. So last week, like, I started off the week with, like, you know, two people like, hey, can you investigate this? And I'm like, I mean, I can. And then, yeah. But anyways, I do love my job. I complain sometimes, but at the end of the day, it is my favorite job I've ever had. I've had quite a few. So, sorry, just went down a rabbit hole in my mind. But anyways, yeah, the simplest thing is to constantly just keep it up. You know, just keep talking in people's threads. Like, people are reporting me, and I'm getting shadow banned. But the thing is like, I'm not breaking any of, like, you know, XF's laws and rules. Like, I'm just talking with Grok and be like, so wait a minute, what does Jesus say about this? Does Jesus like killing people? What if it's just for, you know, like for tax breaks? Or what if it's for this? And basically just having like the autistic type no filter conversation with a robot in front of other people, and they're forced to look at it because somebody replied to my post. Oh, it's another libtard. But wait, what's he saying? Oh, he's talking with Grok. Okay. And then they see all the messed up stuff, and then they'll try to defend it, or they'll just stop, or they'll block me, or like, but the damage is done and other people are seeing it. And the more that I do stuff like that, it's like shock market. Anyways, I do gotta take a shower, eat breakfast, and get out of here. I'm already set to be a little bit late going in, but that's okay. I mean, I work a lot outside of hours too, and like, as long as the work gets done, my boss doesn't really care. And the work gets done, I'll tell you what, I don't stop making the work get done. In fact, I'm doing the job of like 2 or 3 people, I would say, and we're kind of working through that right now. But it's not an exaggeration. Like, I confirmed with one of the other like people that did the same job, and he was like, yeah, man, that's too much. It's too much. It's too much for one person. That's why he quit. Like, he could not do it anymore because it was just too much. And now I'm doing the too much. So, but I love the too much. I mean, as long as I can handle it. Like, but that's the other thing too. Like, this, ugh. It's one thing to be doing all this work and stuff, but it's another to be hassled and then picked on, and then the other dude is protected. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But in fact, I actually deleted a COD video because I was too angry at that person and blabbing on this thing, which, yeah, these are like my journals and stuff, but at the same time, they're publicly visible. I gotta assume he's gonna see it. Hello. You didn't see me here, huh? You just saw the loot. The bot patrol. I wanted to go to Big Shots here. I didn't know it was called Big Shots, but I want to go to Big Shots. I thought it was a weed dispensary. It probably still is. No, that's like a coffee. Looks like. Let's try to find a small pot in here since we don't really have any imminent danger. Yeah, there we go. So we'll do this, fill up our shields. We'll go get that other thing. We gotta break more windows, though. Again, I would never do this in real life, but this is a Hunger Games type scenario. I'm just a kid from Colorado. Not a kid anymore, I'm pushing 40. Huh. Where did the time go? Oh no, I know, a lot of shenanigans. A lot of shenanigans. Daily shenanigans. Evil shenanigans. No, not evil. Actually, righteous. I mean, the stuff that I'm doing now, I'm doing the Lord's work, like basically upholding the Bible, but not in a pleasant, like cheery, like oh please follow God's rules. It's like, no, punk, you're not following God's rules. You're going to hell. You're going to hell and you die. But no, you can't say the you die part because you can't be threatening. And I'm not trying to threaten or like I'm trying to treat people with respect and be like, well, I've got to call you out on your behavior here. Don't worry, Donald and Pete. And I call people by their first names because screw them. They call Kamala by Kamala all the time. And that's if she was lucky. It was a lot of times like communist, Marxist, vermin, and they slowly build up this rhetoric just like Adolf did back in the day. And people wonder, how could people be so to listen to Adolf talk like that? Well, Adolf was very smooth. He was a sneak. And he got people really upset about Jewish people. They're like, screw the Jewish people and the gypsies and the gay people and all this. And they were mad. They were mad because same like how they're getting people mad about brown people just trying to live here. Like, a lot of these people are peaceful. And then the ones that have a criminal record, most of them already paid their debt to society, so now they're condemned for life of being pigeonholed into this one decision. Yet Donald can do things like his discriminatory housing practices forced people to rent elsewhere, would not allow non-white people into his community. So he was bringing segregation back as much as he could artificially create segregation in his rental communities. So there you go. I mean, he was an architect of segregation. That's a huge sin and offense, and he should forever be known as an architect of segregation. But people don't. People see him as many other things, and now he might be a kid diddler, and like, phew, yeah, you could get away with anything if you got money. Oh, kid diddler, that's like one of the worst things you can do, and that makes people's blood boil. Way more than a Jewish person or a gay person or a gypsy, and I am just kidding. Like, thankfully, most people don't hate people irrationally like that anymore. Most. But there are people talking puppets like Donald on the radio, on the telly, saying that these Marxist vermin, communists, and they're stealing all this money from you, even though he just pardoned a guy for over $1 billion. Or no, his series of pardons was worth over a 1.4 billion, reported by Al Jazeera. And somebody tried to tell me, oh, that's such a liberal news outlet. And I was like, are you kidding me, right? Like they kill gay people still, like. There's parts in the Middle East where being homosexual is a sin punishable by death. Like, so no, I would not call them a liberal news source. They're about as neutral as you can get. They have nothing to do with our stuff over here. They're just watching and like, man, look at this. Like, they just pardon this crazy. And they're mad at these people that are making this much money. Even crazier. Actually, I don't want to kill the alien. You do you, boo. I want to hire this mercenary, though. Oh, snowboarding. One of my passions I haven't been able to do for many, many years. I always love working with Kingston. He's passionate, creative, and direct communicator. Miles works with cats outside her comfort zone. And Peely, this town, will chew him up and spit him out, but maybe he comes out of it a star. That's weird. All right. The show business is kind of interesting, too. Leads to a lot of negative human behavior, I tell you what. Hollywood. It's so fake. Like Jay said in one of his movies, like, I hate Hollywood. It's so fake. Anyways, I know somebody from Hollywood that is very fake. Very fragile, too. Like, that, I think that's the problem. It's just the fragility, like, the need to have, like, pampering and, like, confirmations that they're not screwing when really they are. It's very sus. Very sus. Let's take a moment to appreciate that logo. That's pretty sus. Actually, my kids and I talk about, like, sussy things as, like, sexually explicit things. So when they're online gaming with people, if anyone's sussy with them, they tell me. Which nobody has. Either that or they've already, like, held them accountable. So I've taught them right where they'll talk to the person directly, be like, hey, that's pretty weird. Why are you doing that? And you realize this game records all gameplay, right? Like, I don't even have to report you. They do scans. And then people are like, oh, because their dad is a crazy tech wizard that's out for blood. I'm just kidding. I don't want anybody's blood, but I do want them to not touch kids. Like, that's a pretty big goal of mine, is to get all the creepers to leave the kids alone. And yeah. But that goes back to all the murder, like 50,000 new deaths from just the BBB alone. Like, you know, even if that's like a high estimate, like one new death is too much. Oh, I'm almost out of gas. Yeah. But you shot my right. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Okay. I thought there was someone else shooting from over there, but maybe that was this person shooting me from the other direction. Oh well. Oh, shoot. I actually got to get going. Let's go ahead and get into a fight. Let's refuel. Fighting around the world. Come on, Tugger. So, but yeah, and I got shadow banned, and I gotta say, it doesn't feel good. And all that is a bunch of people reporting me for saying stuff that they don't like, and then it's got to take some time for XApp to investigate it, and then they'll say, oh, well, this person isn't violating the term. Let's unshadow ban their account, and then boom, you get your visibility back. Or they'll say, actually, this does go against our terms of, and they might reach out to me. But I really haven't had one of those for a long time, and even that, I only had like maybe one or two. And actually, XApp is really good about preventing that from even happening. So if you get angry and you start typing something and you're starting to be like mean to that person and bullying them or like being aggressive, XApp will actually stop you and say, hey, people don't generally like to say this to people, or people don't generally like to have this said to them. You might want to rethink how you're saying this or something. It's so wholesome and like, it's like, oh, thanks, XApp. I was being a little bit of a priss. Like, I was getting on one. I was being a little outside of my rational zone. Like, however you want to describe it. I was on one. Like, that's the easiest way. Like, I wasn't being myself. I needed a Snickers. I needed to calm down. I guess I was hangry or being a child or acting immature or something. I mean, I already have a mercenary, so I can't hire another one, but I wish you could have two. That'd be... Although, actually, I don't, now that I say that, because then that means other people can have two. And then it's like, oh, if you thought one was bad, here, have a literal army. Oh, almost looked like a person up there. Doop-a-doop-doop-doop. Oh, these circles are right next to each other. This is nice. So yeah, that's the jam. Like I've got like 3 or 4 main projects going. The Global Online Safety Helpers, which that's the main one. That's the bread and butter, where I intend to help as many people as possible fix their security posture. Just do cybersecurity basics, like multi-factor, how to spot a scam email, what to look for with like sketchy stuff, and how to... Oh god. Where's the thing? Where? Man, I feel like Horton here's a who. I mean, no, you can keep jamming out, but where's the... Oh. What? Oh, there. It's over there. Oh, look at that. The banana is taking over the world. Why'd you break my cover? I mean, this guy's gonna kill me. Oh, well. Anyways, I gotta go. Let's just go fight this person. I gotta get rid of work and get there. Oh, there's only 4 people left. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, alright, touche. Well, I gotta get run anyway. But anyways, get ready for some exciting things on the horizon. And I'm actually gonna start going public with LinkedIn too with a couple of these projects. So that's where it's gonna like take a big turn. I've already got a GoFundMe set up for the GOSH, for the Global Online Developers. All that money is gonna go to paying the volunteers by the hour for how, or maybe by the hour by the person. There's not gonna be any money in it for the first bit, but eventually I would like to see it to where like anybody who volunteers, I'm thinking like high school kids and stuff, or the people that are out of high school that are doing it to just volunteer, can opt to have their work fund someone else's trip. Like you could basically sponsor a high school student that you don't even know. And then, yeah, then they can do some international travel to go become a little more worldly. I went to Costa Rica for my high school, and it was pretty attainable. I only had to work so much and pay so much, and my family helped out. But like, I don't want to give that opportunity to all youngsters, so like nobody feels that FOMO, that left out. And then if they like that enough, they'll go on like a much longer study abroad thing, and that helps me indirectly too. So, and it just makes people more worldly and understand that people are people all over the world. Like we need to be kinder to people. And yes, people dying on another part of this country is a big concern. And not just like, oh, well, at least it's not here. And that's how a lot of Americans live, and that's the sad reality. And like, but we can't help it. Like, what else are we going to do? Like, stop paying taxes and go to jail? Like, yeah, right. I mean, you know, we're forced to do this stuff, so we got to figure it out. But anyways, that's all for me for today. Ta-ta, and I will see you in the next one.